The deck of the week this week is Thrasios and Bruse Tarl. Unfortunately, I think the format has gotten a bit stagnant, and the 5-0 list are littered with Timnan Crom, Brea, and Leovold, with only a couple of exceptions. This was one of those exceptions, and it's still a partner deck, and a lot of people are complaining justifiably that the partner cards are kind of unfair card advantage, and they don't play out the way they seem like they were more intended for multiplayer Commander. And in 1v1 Commander, the card advantage that you get from them isn't really very fair, and they're kind of oppressive on the format. And I definitely think that's true. I still think that this is an interesting deck. It looked like a lot of fun, and at least it's not a Tymna deck, which Tymna ones are the ones that are clearly dominating the format. Tymna is completely oppressing the format right now, I think. And that's really, really unfortunate, because I'd like to play some other decks, but not a lot of decks have been getting 5-0 lists lately. And so, like, I don't know what a good list is for some of these other decks. So, this one's still pretty interesting. It seems cool. It's like a mid-rangey kind of deck. It's really kind of interesting. I don't know how to explain it. It's pretty grindy. It's just hard to explain what it does exactly, especially when you look at the commanders. It's not entirely obvious, because Thrasios is kind of like a mid-range card, and Bruse Tarl is pretty aggressive, and it can do both. But it's not like Tymna, where you really have to get in for damage in order to draw those cards. So you're playing, in Tymna you're playing a bunch of flyers and small drops and mnemonic fiends and those kind of things to get early cards down so that you can swing with them and get card advantage with Tymna. This one you don't need to do that. You got Thrasios, which can get card advantage, and then there's a whole bunch of other cards throughout the deck that can give you card advantage, and it's still an interesting deck. I think it's a lot of fun, so I'm going to give it a try in a league. Got match 1. I am on the draw. Got 2 lands here. Days and Swords. I'm on the draw, playing against Nissa. I'm going to try this. Fire and Ice is probably pretty good. Kind of like to Swords that. Should I Swords it? Probably. Ooh. Kind of wanted to Swords that more. Didn't realize I was missing two colors of mana. I might not have kept the hand if I had realized. So this mana can be awkward sometimes. Like now. Yeah, so I don't have blue. Alright. Looks like my opponent has run out of lands. Yeah. When you're expedition mapping for a snow-covered land. That's a blue land. much as I'd like to... Maybe click this? Oh, it froze, okay. Probably Tropical Island. That's the one land we don't want to tap. Might as well play the Skull Clamp. Don't really need to bluff a counterspell when you have a free counterspell in your hand. Nissa. Definitely countering that. I think I'd like to get Dak Faden going. I think that's right. Fiery Justice can be a big blowout. Now, Steel Shaper's Gift is pretty good. I would need 2 more mana to get a sword and equip it. Hoping my opponent can just Nissa now. Sylvan Scrying, okay. Probably Sylvan Scrying and Nissa. Temple of the False Gods, okay. They've got something big that they're trying to get to. Made it pretty obvious. Alright, we got 1 island. What can we get for 2? Where'd it go? It's Thrasios and Bruse Tarl. Snapcaster, Voice, Quasali, Ooze, Cobra. And that's it. Stoneforge. Alright, let's take this up first. Renegade Rallier. Does that do anything? Not right now. I'm super worried about like a Primeval Titan or something like that. And I don't think it can do anything about it. I can start ticking up Stoneforge into like Reflector Mage, but that doesn't... Yeah, there's not a lot that's great here for the Birthing Pod. guess it's these two. I think I'm throwing my elf away to get some tokens on this thing. I don't know if it's correct. Probably not. Yeah, that's free. Maybe potting and then getting Eat Witness the following turn and getting back swords was a way to do it. Alright, that's the least of my worries. I guess it can flip it. And I didn't leave a creature around. Choke. Okay. I can't flip it. Okay. That's pretty good. I don't know, do I want to get rid of the pod? Probably not. Don't think he wants to block here. Could be wrong. That gives us 4 power the following turn when he flips Nissa. I kind of missed that. It doesn't change much, I don't think. This is kind of big. 5 mana. Vizier. Overpaid for. Where's your library? And there's land, okay. It's a land. Down to 0 cards. I don't know where his library is. Oh, you may look. Okay. It's not Oracle. Okay, cast that. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not quite. Probably don't want to like discard it, but then I have to discard either a birthing pod or a land. I think it's kind of the way I get back. I mean, I'm still in this game. Alright. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. I might be too far away from that to really worry about it. Don't want an island here. It has to be an island, doesn't it? Alright. I guess we're further away than we thought. Well, Nissa's dying or the Vizier is dying. Neither of these are attractive blocks. Alright, the blocks neither. Cast Thrasios. Left Xenagos a little vulnerable there. I don't know if I block with Xenagos. Or with Thrasios to protect the Xenagos. It seems that Xenagos is better here. Not letting that flip. Where's my stack over here? Ooh, Sylvan Library is bad. Yeah, I'm going to block with Thrasios. I think Xenagos is the key to winning this game. One, two, three, four, five, six. 5 card types. We're at 11. I kind of just want this braid though. Sylvan Library. That's a way to get out of this. Green decks don't have much card draw, but that's That's the best of it. Didn't pay for life. This is a Primeval Titan. Serpapard, okay. Don't know what the mana is for. Nissa. This is whenever you cast a spell or a spell. Yeah, cast a spell. So 7 mana now, 5 cards. So we're 2 off. No. Yeah, okay. It's... So way to untap our islands too. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 next turn if we tick up Xenagos. So I definitely don't want to tap these islands. This is a 3/3. Will that dissuade the block? Is that... It's a horrible way to use Bruse Tarl, but... Or dissuade the attack. Red. White. Or would we... Yeah, let's cast Bruse Tarl. I could have done that before attacks. Whatever. I could use these counters to pump up this guy, but I think stopping the Nissa draw, I don't know, it might just use up all his mana to cast Nissa. Nissa is expensive now. I've killed it 3 or 4 times. Let's find out. Green Sun Zenith for 3. Almost certainly to get Reclamation Sage. Fierce Empath. Uh-oh. Nine mana available. Does that mean my opponent can cast the Promised End? Yup. Shoot. Beat me to it. You can Dak Faden and force me to discard the Emrakul. Discard E-Witness, Emrakul. Yeah, we're discarding Emrakul. Gotta discard E-Witness too, right? Otherwise I can just get it back. Kept the E-Witness. Strange. Opponent added mana with Xenagos. Looks like they're casting the E-Witness to get back garbage. What's garbage? I probably should have kept the evasive action around. That sword looked so enticing, though. And I was going to get to Emrakul the next turn? Yeah, that's being results-oriented. Days. Okay. You're right. That's probably garbage. Of course, now Xenagos taps for a ton of mana, even if he kills 2 creatures. Not sure why you're playing this. Could have tapped. Probably should still. Oh, dazing it. Okay, that makes sense. Returning an island? Okay. Replays the island. I don't know about some of these decisions. Taps my 2 islands, looks like. Alright, that makes sense. I should have used those counters and I knew it. Yeah, I'm sacrificing Bruse Tarl and the Satyr. Alright, so it's a 4/4. Double striker. Doesn't get through Emrakul. Sacrifices a Prowling Serpapard. Puts 4 counters on the Jet. Oh, I guess he can use them to wipe out my creatures? Yeah, that's bad. Oh, he can use them to not sacrifice his Prowling Serpapard. That makes sense. Man, an Emrakul turn is so hard to sit through. It's not a May. Alright. Opponent should definitely tap these 2 lands. Okay, just waste that one. That makes sense. There we go. Cast Jace and Fate Seal myself? I mean, casting Jace seems like a favor. What do you return to his hand? Fierce Empath. Oh! Well, that's a thing. Straw. Well, that's pretty good. It may be too late for... I don't know. I want one of these. I guess I can get back... I put both of my commanders into my graveyard. That's just mean. Yeah, let's do that. It's Council's Judgment. I vote for that. What do you vote for? You can vote for something else if you want. Oh, I couldn't have countered Emrakul anyways. I made him discard the Fierce Empath? Oh, that's so great. Oh, that feels so good. Draw 3 cards. Don't really care about these things. Let's put this thing in his way. And definitely need to watch my time. And get back Verdant Catacombs. My opponent has less time, but I definitely need to watch mine. It's close. I don't get a kill in Nissa right away, but Nissa eats up a lot of their mana. That Council's Judgment was so clutch. I mean, I was looking at 3 cards per turn. I could have actually bounced Emrakul and done the same thing, but I would have had to deal with another Emrakul turn. Alright, there's Nissa. So they have 5 mana left. Hard to get something colorless in front of me. I can make another 2/2. I can bounce something. I don't know. I think it's hard to win from here. entirely impossible? I can make a 4/4, that'd help. They're revealing. They're not. They hit Elvish Mystic. And there we go. Okay. Whew. That was a long, drawn-out one. I don't know. I think I think I mostly played it right. I was trying to cut off their draws. I think that's what you have to do with Nissa. Is cut off their draws and cut off their mana in the early turns. And it didn't end up working as well as I hoped it would. But we ground them out anyways. Mostly because of Sword and Feast and Famine. Although that counts as Judgment. It was pretty nuts. Alright, got match 2. I am on the play. Playing against Baral. I think this hand is great. I don't know if I counter anything on turn 1. Usually it's like Serum Visions or something like that. I don't think I want to counter that. I think I'd rather hold the counter. So let's play this tapped. Hope my opponent doesn't make a liar of me. I want this Noble Hierarch. So I'm going to play Brushland so I can keep the mana tied up. Did you see that one coming? Guess not. I'm a little worried about having to keep up miscalc. Yeah, I'm definitely playing this before combat. I don't know if I don't think swinging for 1 is worth it. Sylvan Library is pretty much utterly devastating against Baral. They rely on 1-for-1s. And they can't really do that much life damage to you, so you can pay at least 8 life. And I'm almost certainly going to pay 8 life right now. Let's attack. My opponent stalled out for 3 minutes, and I didn't realize it actually moved me to the attack phase. I missed a damage. Oh well. I think I can let this be countered. hope that 1 damage doesn't come back to bite me. And it was countered, and I'm okay with that. Thrasios is much better against Baral. I think I might pay 4 life. I don't want to get too greedy. I can let this get countered too. But it's really good if it doesn't get countered. That's fine. This is all leading towards getting Thrasios out. I wonder what I can green sun Zenith for. Rex Sage, Tireless Tracker, E-Witness, Scavenging Ooze, Lotus Cobra. Alright. Opponent untaps and plays Island. Does nothing. Play Thrasios now. Alright, they're casting Impulse, which is definitely good. Because it means I can probably remand whatever he counters this with. If he founds a counter. If this resolves, I can finally start attacking. Alright, that's pretty good. I'm not going to attack yet. I got 2 counter spells up. And if my opponent does nothing, then I can use this ability. That's what makes Thrasios so good, is if your opponent does nothing, you just draw cards. And if they do something, then you react to what they're doing. So you can afford to sit back against the Baral player quite a bit more because of the card advantage that you net. My opponent is playing extremely slowly. I hope the video is not too choppy. I've made quite a few cuts already. Yeah, I'm going to cut now. Oh, no, they came back. They're probably double queuing is my guess. Open ourselves up to like a bounce spell, but I'm gonna take the land. Land's pretty good right now, actually. I don't really want all these elves. I kind kind of want a Green Sun Zenith just to get rid of them. But I don't want to go that big. I could get a Scavenging Ooze. Or I could just take the Elves next turn. Scavenging Ooze is probably pretty good against them. And it leaves enough lands open. There's a good chance it gets countered, because it's now a non-creature spell. And I'm going to let it get countered. Even though I would like the shuffle. Oh! Voice of Resurgence is very good against them. I missed that. Okay. Force of Will. What do we have anyways? Titania? Venser? Oh, no, I should have miscalculated the bribery. That's what I should have done. That's actually pretty bad. So he can bribery us. Alright, I need this Dak Faden. I need to find a counterspell. No, I knew what my next cards were. I guess we can just Council's Judgment, whatever he briberies. There is a polluted Delta, so we can get a 5/3 off Titania. Pretty big mistake there, not... Do I want Xenagos? Or do I want the Jit? Xenagos gets me to where I want to go, I think. Because it gives me mana next turn to Emrakul. 3 card types, so it costs 10 mana. We have 10 mana. Exactly. Alright. My guess is Titania or Venser. Flametone Kavu's alright. E-Witness, Tireless Tracker. Probably Titania. There's no like Primeval Titan or something huge. And Emrakul is in my hand. There's Titania, yep. Not at all surprising. Sacks it right away. Serum Visions. Portent. Who are they portending? Himself. Let's put on top, put on top. Does this put a land in my library? 4 card types. Oh, that's awesome. I guess it doesn't matter a whole lot. We've already got a Tropical Island. Alright, so this costs 9 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need the 3 mana here. Or the 4 mana here. That leaves us with 3 mana left. Do we want a Council's Judgment? One, 2, 3, 4. Do I need to count? Did I not draw? I didn't draw. I should have. I think I want the Council's Judgment and the Jet. And I do think I want to get rid of Titania. He can block. It's gonna die anyway, so we might just block. Okay, they conceded from the game. I don't know, if they have a counterspell that can counter Baral, then yeah, that's pretty bad for them, and then they're facing down an Emrakul. Alright, got match 3. I am on the play. Playing against Narset. Fiery Justice and a Braid. Well, a Braid does something. Fiery Justice doesn't really do anything. 2 lands. They don't cast Thrasios. I mean, I'm going to have cards that do nothing, but the land problem is a problem, I think. Alright, this actually looks really good. I'm going to go with this. This is great. I shuffle it if I cast this Green Sun Zenith. And I do think I cast the Green Sun Zenith. I may have to restart my client. It's lagging pretty bad. Pyroblast and Sylvan Library are great. Sylvan Library helps a ton in grindy matchups. Right, he knows the Pyroblast is there now. Which makes it less good. But you still have to play around it. Temple. Alright. I'm going to play this way. I don't think I need to leave the Pyroblast up, but, you know, missing 1 damage. I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. I've been surprised sometimes when I thought I didn't need counters spells up, and I did. Alright, they cast nothing. Council's Judgment is great. I think it's pretty much always correct, except against like aggro matchups. To pay 8 on the first go around just lets you dig through your deck that much more. Especially against a deck that doesn't do damage against you until like turn 6 when they get the Narset. And then it's more of a combo deck than anything. I could ice a land. They didn't do anything last turn. What do you think the chances of them doing anything this turn are? Taxium Probe's pretty good. Trying to stop him from playing mana artifacts. That's why I iced the land. Probably going to put the Electrolyze back. That means shuffling away. I mean, I guess we could wait a turn. No, we can... Gataxian Probe. Oop. I just selected myself as a target because it's lagging. There we go. Pay 2 life. Dissolve, Pact Negation, Counterflux, and lands. Alright, well they can't counter Titania right now. They would have been able to if I hadn't iced the land. Do I need green? I don't need green. I got 3 green mana. Probably need like no. This one's got to be blue. I think it's got to be Tundra. Jeez, this thing is lagging pretty bad. See if I can close anything else. It might help. Seems to have gotten smoother. Alright, took some life damage. So it was Dissolve, Counterflux, Pact Negation, and lands. So Pact plays around the Pyroblast, but they have to get to 6 mana. And we also have a Daze. Yeah, it looks like one of my other programs was slowing it down because it's going faster now. Let's get a tropical island, probably. More pain lands. Flametongue Kavu has to do damage to a creature. It's very unfortunate. I could just run out Bruse Tarl. I think he has to counter it. And then I can cast Thrasios. Or I could do it the other way around. Taking 15 damage this turn is not where you want to be. Not attacking with a Dryad Arbor. One, because I don't want to take damage playing the Thrasios, but I also want to leave up the Pyroblast. Maybe I wanted to resolve the Bruse Tarl over the Thrasios. I forgot how much damage I was doing here. I can probably resolve it next turn, though. Because that was a counterflux, so... I think I can win here. Or they could have drawn other counter spells. Two mana ones. Is it charm? Alright. Now I think going for Bruse Tarl means certain death for them. I could be wrong. I guess if they get a Spell Pierce or something like that and a 2-mana counter spell. It's definitely possible. They don't play as many counter spells in Narset decks. And I don't think it's super all in either because we do have the Council's Judgment. So if we're draining them of all their counter spells, they could have a removal spell. That would do it too. I know. Oops, wrong one. I guess a 2-mana spell still does it. Because then Daze doesn't do it. Do we win? All right. So still had the Council's Judgment. Probably got rid of at least all their free counter spells. So yeah, that worked well. Alright, got match 4. I am on the play. Playing against Akiri and Bruse Tarl, so just Boros. And this hand looks pretty good. Akiri's an artifacts lover. This one has to be green, so we'll go ahead and get Tropical Island. Don't have to worry about counter spells, do have to worry about removal. No Mother of Runes or anything like that. Well, that spell is dead. Hopefully we can get Dak Faden or something. And let's attack. I guess we could get Mana Tithed. No, it's a little late to play around that. I should have done this before combat to worry about Mana Tithe. Alright, no Mana Tithe. Zero 3 Akiri? Okay. First strike and vigilance. Well, attacking doesn't do anything if I'm going to use this Avacyn's Pilgrim. I could Chrome Mox here. Yeah, I mean, we might as well, because this Pyroblast does nothing. I'm a little worried. Like, what can they do with Akiri here? Maybe I shouldn't worry. I definitely want the Oracle Modiah. It's just a question whether I want to attack with the Avacyn's Pilgrim or maybe Chain Lightning the Akira. And they played it for a reason, right? I'm gonna hit a land off of Oracle Modiah. That's fantastic. I am going to Chain Lightning it. Playing that before combat doesn't really matter because he doesn't really get to make any decisions during combat. Played all of our cards. 0 cards in hand. Fortunately, Thrasios pretty good at doing that, fixing that. As is Oracle Modiah. Like that. And that, we'll play that tapped. Okay. Alright, well, the 5-0 dream is alive, which probably means I'll get paired against Brea and get wrecked, because that's the way it's always happened in the past. But opponent gave up very early there. Gets to the card advantage from Oracle. Got match 5. I am on the play against the same opponent. They have switched to Leovold. They probably quit because they were losing, or they were doing poorly in a league, and they switched decks. I think I have to mulligan this. Noble Hierarch's good. I just don't like the one land. One land again, but we get a Scry, and we have a Sylvan Library. This is equivalent to a Scrying to the bottom. Pay 2 life, but oh, we have to shuffle it to play this Llanowar Elves? Alright, doesn't really matter. It's got to be a Taiga, I think. Because it's got to be red. Please don't kill my elf. Alternatively, please let me draw a land. My elf is dying. I can... Oh, no. Also, please let me draw a land just because... brutal. Alright, instead of getting paired against Brea and getting wrecked, I might just never draw land and die. He didn't play Leovold. Played a Wood Elves instead. Trying to ramp past me, it looks like. Play another elf. This hand probably would have been really good if I had drawn a land. Alright, it's still pretty good. I think I want both of these. I don't know if we can miscalc Leovold. we'll find out. If he doesn't play a land before playing Leovold, then we can. Yeah, I'm not. As much as I hate giving him value with the Skull Clamp, it doesn't seem like a good plan for me. Looks like they're missing land. Trying to draw into it. You still miss land? There's 2 black. Interesting. Land. Okay. So I can play a sword and equip it, but I can't do anything else. I can't even attack with it. And they can probably deal with the sword. I want a Venser. Maybe I could have... No, I couldn't have attacked. Alright. Missing lands, looks like. Trying really hard to find lands. So what we were worried about ended up happening to our opponent. The Sylvan Library really got me out of this. Alright. No sense venturing it as a spell. I would rather venture it as a creature. This is a really good venture target. Yeah, Tundra seems good. Really good cards. Wonder if I could have kept that. I could fire this thing, e-witness something back. I don't know if I need to e-witness something back. I think I do want to fire that though. Do I need to e-witness? I want to use my mana, but at the same time, like, yeah, I'm gonna not use my mana. Opponent has to deal with what I'm doing. Like, if he kills a sword, then I can get the sword back. Tasigur? Green Sun Zenith for 3. Reclamation Sage. Okay. That makes sense. So 1, 2, 3. Can't play it and recast it. I think I'm going to take some more pain. It's starting to hurt a bit. But this is pretty good. No attacks. All right. Opponent's drawing a lot of cards. I kind of am too. What is this thing? Titania. All right. Makes me worry less about counterspells. Probably Savannah. That was pretty good. Get her sword back. Equip it. Yes, please. Just in case, let's leave these manas open. This thing's bolt proof. It's not fatal push proof, but nothing is. Well, I guess this is. Does more damage this way. It's not great to Reflector Mage it. But it's better than Reflector Maging Leovold. Yeah, let's go. Oof. Wish I could do something about that, but I can't. Well, Toxic Deluge for 7 can't be particularly appetizing. I don't know when it gets here. I don't know if there's anything that can deal with the sword and all these creatures. The creatures are the biggest problem. Wastelands. Don't need to give away too much information. And I don't really need to bolt this elemental either. It's a lot of mana. So many tutors. Making it hard to get through all this. Living Death. Oh my god. Oh my god. I guess that does it. Oh, frick. That's not great. That Avenger is gonna kill me. I have one turn to draw a card that's probably not in my deck. I almost had him. Alright, so 4-1. It's pretty awesome. Deck's really cool. I liked it a lot. I didn't end up playing the commanders very often. Maybe that was wrong. I just drew so many good cards. It's like the 4 colors are just so great that there's so many good cards that Thrasios and Bruse Tarl actually look a little bit lackluster. They're still quite good, as you saw in some of the matchups You know, like I won with Bruse Tarl, which is often, you know, what you do with it. I drew a lot of cards against Baral with Thrasios, which is really great, you know. And other than that, I mean, the rest of the cards are just really, really good, and they work together well, and it's a cool deck. It's like really neat mid-rangey kind of thing. So I liked it a lot. I wish I could have 5-0'd. I almost had Leovold there, man. He had 2 tutors. Oh, that was brutal. So probably the first one was for Wastelands. So they didn't have to worry about. I mean, it probably only took 1 because I didn't have any counters. Opponent didn't know I didn't have any counters, but they needed to make sure. So like I don't know. Living Death, man. You don't see that very often in Commander. That's one card that just did it all in one card. That's amazing. So it was still a lot of really fun. Even the Leovold match was really, really fun. This is a cool deck. I think it's definitely more interesting than all the Breas and the Timna and Crom and, you know, I mean, Leovold's still an interesting deck that's winning a lot, so that's another one that's pretty good. And Savala's still an interesting deck that's getting a few 5-0s. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open these treasure chests. Scarecrow. I don't think that's worth much. Come on, value. Culligan's Command. That is definitely worth something. I said open it. Yes. Alright, restarting my client. Alright, client reset. Open one of these. We got Marath. I think that's worth a few bucks. Just picked one up the other day. I think it's actually like $6 or something like that. Throne of the God Pharaoh. Graveshell Scarab. Not really worth anything. I don't believe. 40 play points. I will take it. And a Blood Crypt. Not worth a lot. Pestilence is interesting. I miss that card. I used to play. Used to be one of my favorite cards back in the day, especially Allura was awesome. Especially in group. And like we had like this, you know, like we'd play big group decks, and I'd play Pestilence, and everybody hated me because like you're trying to kill everybody. Then you play what, White Knights and Protection from Black, Circle of Protection Black, and it was a long, long time ago when I was in my teens, but it was fun and I enjoyed it, and so it brings me back fond memories to see a Pestilence. But all right, thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.